Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. Through the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, on the highway, and in the driveway. Isn't that strange? Cause I'm trying through the climb, I ain't like pain. You never hit the bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, is belief. They'll see the negativity, but I just gotta break that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never ran city, no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that can change. You can flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a pain. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go,
Hello. You know the weird part? I start liking these glasses a little bit. Started wearing them in public. I had a job interview today. I'm like, I had to take them off before I went in there. I'm like, let me take these weird ass things off. Look, I was about to put them on. A lot of people, man, with the, it's interesting with these Christmas comments. You guys not feeling Christmas this year? I'm not really either. And I thought I was by myself. But man, there's a lot of people who feel. See, a lot of people feel the same way. It's crazy. Yeah, the Nick thing. I think I totally fucked Nick's teeth game up forever. I did the re-upload yesterday, and people were there's like 1,000 teeth comments. With that weirdo, we may or may not call his probation officer live today. I'm not sure. We'll have to think about it. I just wanted to talk about last night. I did have to listen, man. We've been trying to get Mr. Proudfoot's, Katie, Chris. We've been trying to get their attention for months over here at Team Wiper Radio. A lot. I did reach out once on Facebook Messenger, but I don't know, man. It's kind of like a weird thing. Like, I don't know what they're going through. I don't know them personally. I never talked to them on the phone. None of that, right? So leaving him like a Facebook message, it's like, where does that really stand with them? Because they're going through the whole, like, getting shitted on by YouTubers, all the time. And that whole phase. So it's like, does he take it with a grain of salt? I don't even know if he read it, but I could tell after I talked to him, I made him cry. I'm gonna play it in a minute. And he was crying the whole night as he should have. But there's important things in that live last night. It was a good live. And look, man, I'm not like a channel hopper, man. You don't see White Boy in a whole bunch of chats, and you really ever see me up on panel. There's only like a couple of channels I'll take a link on. And these people have been on live for like hours with the guys. So I don't want to like go up there and just be sitting there and just kind of like crab. It's not my style, man. I don't do that. I'm friends with channels that have a lot of subscribers, and I don't try to like grift off their subs, channel grift. I just don't do none of that, man. It's just in my style, man. So, but shout out to the guy, Elevated Truth. You know, people beat this guy up today, and I saw his comments. He like privated the live, and then he made it public. People beat this guy up. This guy's a real creator. I don't know much about this dude. I subscribed to his channel when he was doing like the courtroom play-by-play with Betty, because you had to subscribe to talk. And I subscribed to him then, and then YouTube will unsubscribe you. Has it ever happened to you guys? YouTube will literally unsubscribe you from your subscription list. I swear to God, they do it to me all the time. So last night I saw that Chris was up there, and I'm like, fuck, you got to subscribe for 5 minutes. I'm already subscribed to this channel. So I resubscribe and wait. And then I went up there, and I didn't realize I was backstage. I thought I was on the panel. And I'm just like, man, I'm like sitting up there and everybody's talking. I'm like, hey, I just need like 2 seconds. I just want to say something real fast. And like, no one's shutting up. So I'm like, fuck this. And I left. And then I'm like, wait, I'm a dumbass. I wasn't even on the thing. I was backstage. So then I re-hit the link, and I only wanted to talk to him for a second. We're going to play it. But there was some important things said, man. And I just kind of want to recap. I'm not going to play the whole live at all. I just want to talk about a couple things that were said, because it is the holidays and people should leave them people alone. You know, who cares you don't like them people? Who cares you got a fishy feeling? Who gives a shit? Leave them people alone. Man, I bet you a lot of people feel like shit today. I know there's been a lot of shenanigans going on the YouTube streets, but you gotta feel like a total asshole. You gotta feel like a total asshole. Creators, subscribers, you gotta feel like a total asshole. If you were blaming this lady Katie for all these theories, the lady was literally leaving food, a blanket, and shoes out for her son for like a week. Man, that's tough to hear. That shit almost made me cry. That's not somebody who's guilty. They don't do that. She wasn't doing that for anybody. A neighbor seen that and told somebody that. That's it. You know, it's amazing to me to hear these people on YouTube with these theories. They will tell you that Don and Candace are the mastermind criminals in the world. They are so good, actually. They are such good criminals that they won't even get caught in the lies when they're wasted drunk on panel. That's how good they are. It's so silly to me, man. It's so silly. But who's in the house real fast? Yeah, it was Innocent. Really? So that's interesting. So Noelle has a birthday. You have one right before Christmas. Noelle has one right before Thanksgiving every year. Please tell them to stay away from those people. Who do you mean, gotcha? Who do you mean? I'm a little behind. Who do you mean? No, I heard it. I'm going to play it here, Innocent. I'm going to play it. So I just wanted to play it. Listen, because I've been trying to get his attention for a long time. I sent him a Facebook message. Like I said, I don't know Chris and them, and I don't have to know them to break down some of this misinfo and to make these parodies on these morons and these ridiculous lies that these same players do in each case after case, the shenanigans, the lies, the grifts. It's not white knighting. It's not, high horse. It's common sense. It's common sense and being a good human being to help a grieving family. In all I said to Chris, and I'm sure Katie was watching, it was heartfelt and meant. And all that was, look, man, I'm sorry, I'm sorry you guys are going what you're going through. Hopefully Sebastian's brought home. I know what the effects of social media does, because boy, do I. I do know. I know what the families go through. 100%, 1,000%. If I could, I wish I could share some of the shit with you guys, but I can't. So So I've shared this in the past, right? I've shared this in the past, and I'll say it now. I don't know how this started. Actually, I do. When Bullhorn Betty and all those morons went to Tennessee and they got Don fired, Betty was like saying that there's rats in the house and there's something with dog food. I don't remember. So one of these, it would now what happens is Betty makes this narrative, right? It's all lies. She has no receipts on anything. But one of these viewers that's like up her anus decides to take it upon themselves to make sure that Candace never can own a dog. So as the years go by, Summer's missing. The boys are taken. They, she's tries to, adopt a dog. Maybe there's a stray dog that comes by. This witch of a lady, this obsessed fucking weirdo, calls the animal people over there, and every single time Candace gets a dog, it's taken away from her. And one time, and she doesn't have anything, nothing. Like, let her have a dog right now. What's the big problem? But these people are like obsessed and weird, and it's from what viewers say, and that's been going on for years. But for years, and I'm talking about never could have a dog, like obsessed. That's one example of way many. But I can't come up here and tell everybody every example or thing. First off, you'd be very pissed off if you only knew a little bit of it. But I don't want to add to this obsessive people or bring more attention and more obsessed people join these weird fucking psychotic, stalker missions. It's crazy. But I think people treated this guy, Elevated Truth, a little rough. Look, man, he knows Chris. It seems, I don't know the guy, Elevated Truth. I like him. I think he sounds real. So they got into a little argument. Who cares? I think he was, just speaking his mind, and who cares? It didn't seem to me that Chris was bothered about it too much. I mean, shit, he stayed on panel for 3 hours after that. It didn't seem like a big deal. Who cares? That's just my view. The guy, he seems real. I don't know too much about his channel. I'll say that. But again, I don't, do all these panel hopping stuff, man. Granny's watches up there. She did pretty good with the questions, I thought. Let me ask you guys this. Who's that the lady body moving? She has a channel? She's pretty good. I never heard her too much. Does she have a YouTube channel? I don't really know much about her. But so I've never done that. I can't answer that. I will say this, because I've been seeing that there's a lot of subject about that comment today. Look, I'm friends with the Wells. Okay? I'm friends with them. No matter what happens in the future, no matter what happens. So I mean, no matter what happens. So the best thing possible for the future is maybe one day White Boy Radio, Damaged Goods, could bring you guys an in-person interview with Little Summer after she'd been found. If there's one channel to do it, trust and believe, we'll be we'd be right up there in the picks. But let's just say the worst thing possible, I got to accept a collect call from Don. I'll be friends with them forever. And don't think that I've thought about both those examples many times in my head. I'll say this. I don't know how good it is with creators being too close to the parents in the cases. I don't know how good. I don't know how. It's not good because I become biased. No problem being real about it. And plus, I hate tragedy pimps. So it's a really toxic thing over here, but I don't care. I bash everybody. You guys know that. And they deserve it. But and I have I lose absolutely no sleep doing that one. But I don't know how good it is forming a relationship, man. It's tough because I don't have an answer for it. I don't know how good the guy knows him or anything like that. But here's what I do know. It's never going to stop. What's never going to stop is that right there. Every case, someone's going to get closer. There'll be people to like get close for the wrong reasons. And I don't know too many people who've gotten close for the right reasons, but it's never going to stop. You know what else is never going to stop is YouTubers fighting. That happens, man. In every genre, in every sector, in every community, in every part of the internet on YouTube. You can go to the cooking community and they hate that one. This one over here has doxed this lady. This lady's chicken soup sucks so bad. She's doxed her mother's job and called that. It's all over YouTube. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Trust me, I come from a different community. You know what I mean? I come from a way different community. So it happens in all communities, man. It's never going to stop. But bashing the parents, that should be something that stops. And that's what Chris was talking about last night. And he wasn't just saying him. He was, what I got out of that is he didn't say anything negative about Seth at all. At all. He was asked a couple questions where he probably could have put some negative stuff out there. Didn't do it. It's hard to hear that the other way around. It is. Me personally, man, Seth, I don't know. I have my issues with him. And it's no secret. It's probably the same that maybe some of you do. But I don't try to bash him on the platform. Do I bash people who get close to him? Absolutely. Morons like Bullhorn Betty, Tik Tok Tony and his boner. The guy, Nick, 100,000%. Because they're all, I don't even have to explain that. But I try not to go at Seth, right? Because he's grieving too, man. But let me play this clip. And I know people watch this channel who don't support me, and that's cool. That's fine. I got a lot of people in the bushes. That's fine. A lot of y'all feel like shit. A lot of y'all didn't know Katie did that. And the man Chris was crying last night throughout the whole thing. Well, for a big portion of it, I'm sure some people will try to twist that. Oh, whoa, guilty conscience. No. When answering questions about Sebastian, he took pauses where you could tell he stepped back because he didn't want you to hear him crying. He's crying a lot. But let me play where I jumped up there, man, for the few seconds I talked to him. Hey, Marley Beans, how are you? What's up, Kathy P? How are you? The asshole's putting that mother, yeah. So that's a good comment. I'm a queefer. How are you, Queefy? Long time no see. The asshole's putting that mother through that shit. They are pissing me off. They should be ashamed of themselves. I was listening to questions about Katie and stuff last night, and I was just thinking, like, Candace will come in my chat. She's jumped on panel before to sing Noel happy birthday. And I could probably get Candace on panel if I press her enough. But she'll go, and she goes live on her own channel, does her own thing at her own leisure, on her own topics, in her own comfort zone. These mothers in these cases, they get ridiculed like a motherfucker. Okay. And it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. People are quick to say, oh, they're afraid of this, or they're hiding this, or they're hiding that. I mean, for Christ's sakes, they can't pass lie detector tests. They can't do all types of shit. Everything is like under a microscope, and they're women. Like, it's, I get it, man. I get it. I don't understand how some people don't, but don't think for 1 second that some of these idiots and people, I'm talking to y'all. Y'all are in my chat, my supporters. So I need y'all to hear this. A lot of y'all already know this. I know Queefy does. I know a lot of you do. People in the bushes need to hear it. there's creators out here that they don't, these titles and these lives, these thumbnails, and whatever they're saying in their live, some of them don't even mean that. Don't think they're not running with the whole Chris and Katie Proudfoot, guilty, 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 bad, 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 just for clicks, views, and super chats. Clicks and views, not so much. Super chats, yeah, but yes, clicks and views, because that's what builds your channels. The more views, the more clicks, the more, duh. So of course that is what it is. Some of them are just tragedy pimps that can't help themselves, but a lot of them have sense. A lot of them have sense. Trust me, man. You know, for years we've been exposing this over here on this channel. 100%. 100% they are. It is heartbreaking. It's disgusting. But I want to play this. I wasn't up there for a long time. Okay, maybe 10 seconds. But listen to him. And again, I didn't make him cry. The man was crying because of the subject and everything else. But what I'm saying is this. What I said to him, he took a second to respond back. And then I jumped off. And then Granny was like, white boy helps Don Wells a lot. And I know that family, I know that all the parents know about the Don Wells case. I know that Chris and Katie do. And I know that Seth does. I've heard each and all of them separately bring that case up many separate different times on different channels. So they know what that family went through. But after she says that, you could hear his voice chuckle up because social media does have impacts, and they've been through hell. You have to remember, people, we're going on 10 months. On month number 1, they were getting death threats. On month number 1, they were getting death threats. Who in their right mind attacks people who's getting, it's sick. Remember when that scumbag T-Rev was running around recording their neighbor? Like there was a question brought up last night by Chris Proudfoot. He said, what if this was you? I've been saying for a long time, Don Wells is soft. And what I mean by that is he's soft because he takes it a lot. If this was me, I'm not trying to be funny or nothing like that. If I was in either one of their shoes, I used to think I would go to jail for assault, but it would be much worse than that. What I would go to jail for would be home invasion, because I would go there. I would pull up. I've pulled up on YouTubers for much less. I would pull up demanding to smash their faces in, but they'd be scared. So this would happen. I'll predict in the future. God forbid. I'd kick their fucking door in. I would proceed to beat the living shit out of them and smash every device they possibly could log in and go live on. And then I'd leave. And then I get arrested. And then I go to prison. But I would be good with that. I could not be these parents. You could unsubscribe if you feel some type of way about that. I'm just keeping it real. I don't know how they keep it under. I don't know how they deal with it. I don't know how they deal. That's exactly what would happen. But you know what I'm saying? And Noel would come right with me.
I'd be worse than you. Let's not get that shit twisted. You be going for invasion. I'm going for murder. Don't fuck with mine.
So here it is right here. Let me find it. Up here. Here it is. Is it? Yeah. So 4 hours and 41 minutes. 4 hours and 1 minute. Let me find this real fast. 4 hours and 41 minutes.
All the thoughts and prayers.
There he is, right there.
His content's really good, man. I watch it myself.
Damn it.
There's a few more questions in the chat that I keep seeing go by.
Okay, we don't need the chat. Need is let's go back. It sounds like I was just right there. Here we go. Where is it right here?
Hold on, wait a second.
Yeah, it's perfect.
White boy,
Hey, white boy.
Hey, what's up, man? I'm not going to take too much time. I just wanted to talk to Chris for 1 second. I've been trying to get attention. Hey, I apologize for what you're going through, you and your family, man, and I hope, Sebastian is brought home. I know the effects with all that's on social media. I know what it does. And, there's some people fighting for you, man, and trying to break down this misinformation. Good live with you and guys. I just wanted to get attention for just 2 seconds, man. Y'all.
I said, y'all have a good night. I appreciate you having me come up, but my connection was bad. So I drop off in about a second. Listen to what he says. Listen, really listen.
White boy works really closely. He's friendly with Don Wells.
We lost him.
Well,
He knows.
I mean, if he can hear me, I mean, I appreciate it, and all the thoughts and prayers.
His content's really good, I watch it myself.
There's a few more questions in the chat that I keep seeing go by pertaining to electronic devices.
Guys, we're going to have to wrap this up pretty soon. I've got to lay down. So whatever couple questions you have, I'm not trying to be rude. I've got to go way back down, guys. So
I know you're not feeling.
I'm not, but that's whatever questions we have, and then let me end it. Go ahead.
Hey, Truth.
Yes.
Hot toddy.
Okay. So that was cool. I got the again, shout out to this channel, man. Elevated Truth, let me come up there. I'm not gonna channel Borg, get up there, and they had their thing going, man. It was good. I just appreciate the couple seconds that I got. But you hear his voice crack, because he does know, man. Social media does have I don't even know the half of what they've been through. Like I have a slight understanding. If I could just kind of I know what the Wells went through, are still going through, currently, what they've been through, and so I don't really know what they've been through. I know some of it, and it's so ugly, man. It's so ugly. One day I will share it all with you. I just can't, and you guys have no clue. But I have some advice for Chris Proudfoot, man, and I really hope that this live reaches his ears, and I'll say that in a minute, because finally Don Wells has taken my advice on one thing, and he's found some peace, and that advice is going to go for Chris, and I'll say that here in a second. I do have some advice for him. He got attacked as soon as he came up. So I see people saying that and stuff. I think the guy Elevated was kind of, from what I saw, he was just like, look, man, there's a lot of lies, this and that, both sides. He basically was saying, hey, man, both sides, there's shenanigans. Let's get to the bottom of this stuff. He seems like he cares. And that's kind of what I got out of it. You know what I mean? Look, this is let me see this. What did I just say? 4 hours. And so this is almost 4 hours and 45 minutes right here, this timestamp. So like you said, when he first came up, I think it was around like the 2 hour mark, or maybe the hour and a half mark. So, I mean, he stayed up there for a long time. He couldn't have been like too offended by it. I don't know. Hello, Flo. Yeah. Saying, I saw you in there last night. Saying, I saw you in there. I saw a couple of y'all standing in the paint for me. I appreciate it. That was cool. BHB's appeal date is February 26th. What? Holy shit. That's crazy. I did not know that. Wow. That's nuts. Man, you would think they could change. Jesus Christ. God, they couldn't have done nothing better than that. Jesus, I did not know that. That's crazy. Did you see that comment, guys? Chris says at Jasper that at Eric Jasper. What's up, Eric? They do this very important date for Katie. Shoot BHB's appeal date is February 26th, the day Sebastian went missing. I mean, what I meant is I didn't know that's when the appeal date was. I thought it was in January sometime. It's crazy. That's crazy as hell. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad, Flo. It is bad. I will say this though. You know how many people, and my members can attest to this. Recently, I took a screenshot, and I'm not going to put the person out there because that's not what it's about. I've had so many people contact either me, Noel, write me an email, get a hold of me on social media, and they say, "Hey, man, I've been watching you in the bushes for some time now, and I used to think this and that about the Wells, and I see now these tragedy pimps, what they do, the lies, this, and it's happened so many times." Some of the people, I don't know if they feel like, I think it's like they feel like maybe their comments that they wrote were hurtful or something. So they want me to relate to the Wells that they're sorry. And 99.9% of the time, the Wells, they don't know who Jenny's mom 7599 is. You know, if it's like somebody, you know, it gets confusing. You know, they appreciate it and all, but you know, even recently on my members post, somebody written something to me on Instagram, and they say, "Hey, can I be unblocked? This and that. I'm sorry, this and that." And you know, I don't know if somebody's lying to me, this and that. So I posted my member section. I'm like, "Oh, all right, guys, you guys call this one. Should I give him a chance or not?" All the members say, "Yeah, white boy, give her a chance, give her a chance." It was tough for her to say that, so yeah, I unblocked the person. See what happens, but it happens a lot. You know, people just like listen to some of these creators, and it's a tough thing that we watch here. It's a tough thing that we all pay attention to, missing people. There's so many aspects of it. It's so different than regular crime. And everybody cares about kids. People want these kids that are missing to be found and home, and people get emotionally invested in it. It's unlike anything else out there. It really is. And people take advantage of that. People 100% take advantage of that. I just explained a little bit of it, right? But let me go further, right? So let's get into it for a little bit. So we all watch and pay attention to these cases. And let's be honest, a lot of people who watch these cases, they have been through trauma, they have been through tragedy, whether it's grief, maybe their family has CPS problems, maybe not, maybe there's been some separation within their own family, they've witnessed it, they've gone through it, or a lot of people have lost family, a lot of people have had their own family trafficked, someone in their own family's been missing. There's all types of people who watch, but my analytics say that it's 80% women. So if I know that let's get into it, right? Here's Sebastian Rogers. I know that there's a lot of women who may or may not be damaged, and I don't mean that to be on a dig, that are emotionally invested in this kid. It's very easy to sway people. It is. Not if you've been on these YouTube streets for a while, but it is, people. It is. Maybe I'm not explaining it right, but you guys catch my drift. It's not hard to do, and people know this. I like I said in the beginning, some of these people don't even believe what they say. They do it for certain reasons. Some are just idiots. I believe they all can look at their analytics like I did. I believe they all know it. Come on, people. Let's get real about it. But it's sad. It's sick. It's wrong. It's wrong. I know where I'd be. And I'm so glad I don't have a missing person case. I don't want to go to prison. I don't want to kick someone's door in. I don't want to beat them up. I don't want to smash their phone. I don't want to smash their computer. I don't want to do that. But I know I get really mad sometimes for some of the stuff they do on my friends. So I try to handle it with comedy and I try to hurt their feelings back. But it's wrong. It's not cool. It's not right. What up? Merry Christmas, Eric. Merry Christmas, everybody. Janice, the criminal case. Gotcha. How you doing, Blondie? I don't blame any of the parents at this point. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah, Sane, I did see you in there. I saw you and a couple other people. And it made me smile. Not that I was getting bashed or nothing, but I like to see my people. Look, I'm in the bushes sometimes. I keep it real. But, this is my message, man. I want to say to Chris, and I really mean this from the bottom of my heart. I'm going to explain this. Hopefully this can get to his ears. So with Don Wells, well, let me just put it all out there. Let me put it all out there. Last night was interesting because with everything I just said about people know the analytics, they know what type of people come over here, stuff like that, bad actors, if you will. People, and I've some of my mods, Innocent, I know you've been here for this, a lot of my OGs, we've literally reviewed some of these idiots that will purposely try to bait the parents on their live, right? Recently, that moron that got canceled, Roe, that idiot, Smiley with the eyebrows, that moron, they will try to bait the parents, okay? By just dogging them, and a prayer guard is another example. They will try to bait these people. Josh, the lab. So they'll be up there talking cash shit about these parents for hours at a time until you have a drunken Don who's had enough of it now. And then he goes up there and it's a nightmare. Why I bring that up is because last night, why did Chris join? Chris joined because he's pissed off about his truck being talked about. And he came up there with facts. He said the FBI knows about it, this and that. But at the end of the day, let's keep it all real here. It's Team Wipeout Radio. He was in the bushes watching, and he had enough. He had enough. He hit the panel. And he straightened it, right? He straightened it. Am I saying that the dude baited him? I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is people are going to start trying to bait them. Because I could talk to you guys and have an honest conversation like we're doing now. But these people, they know what they're doing. It's an easy way to get them on your panel. And then it's a shit show. And then the views go up, this and that. And then you have real idiots who will say vile things to the parents. It's so bad at that point. And this was Don's worst nightmare. He would get baited. And there were certain creators, there was 3 in particular, who would bait him all the time. And I would tell Don, and Chris, I really hope you listen to this message. I would tell Don Wells, hey, man, look, you got to stop watching YouTube. You just got to log off. And he would be like, yeah, but he wouldn't do it. So the best way I can explain this to him, Chris, I really hope you listen to this message. What I would tell Don is this. Look, when I first started doing YouTube, I hated when people would make videos about me because I'm not the type of person in real life. Man, I'm a very hands-on dude. Okay. And I don't even mean that in a threatening way, but some of these weenie boys making videos, they wouldn't even breathe if I was in their presence, let alone say some disrespectful stuff to my face. It just wouldn't happen. I grew up in a different era. It just would not happen. But on the internet, they are keyboard warriors. So it would really aggravate me when people would make videos about me when I first started doing YouTube. It does every creator. It's how you deal with it. If you're going to be on this platform, you need to, that should not bother you. If it does, you're in big trouble. So I had to go through that. I had to figure all that out in the beginning. Now I don't care. Now I will embarrass myself to hurt your ego. And boy, does that work. I'll put a fucking bra and wig on. The videos stop on the other side. They sure do. You won't go to that extent. I will. And I'll keep going. And I'll keep going. And I'll keep. So, but it took me a long time. Trust and believe that. So I used to tell Don, I used to get mad. And then on top of that, the way that I could explain this to Don Wells was, just like you, people send me videos all the time. So when a creator makes a video about you and says bad things about you or your family, I know what happens. Your text messages, your Facebook Messenger, all your social media, your email, people are getting the information to you. So it's very hard for you to be like, I'm not going to watch it. And 20 people are sending you something. Boy, oh boy, what is really being said on this video? 20 people sent me a thing, right? But you got to be strong enough to say, you know what, fuck it. You know what, fuck it. And that's how I explain it to Don. I would get mad too, and I also have people send it to me. But once you look at it, you've lost. You've lost, because you're gonna go there. You're gonna ask for a link. You know, and you don't do yourself any justice when you do this. You're making it worse. So they're winning all the way around. And on top of that, you're giving them content. And on top of that, you're making them money. It took me so long to get it through to Don. And Don Wells does not listen to all my advice. And it really bothers me. And I'll say it out now. I'll be real with you guys. It bothered me that Dolly Vision was flying drones over his house. And he had an ample time to make police report. He had an ample time to follow the recipe to get a protection order, but he did not do it. It bothered me. It bothered me. But what he did do is he listened to that advice. And that advice is, fuck YouTube. Fuck YouTube. And I'll tell you what, Don is doing Don now. You know what I'm saying? That man is his mental health is way better now. It come to a point where he was like leaving the internet alone so much that I would bring him back only. And then I had to stop that. Every now and then, sure, I'll call him on live or whatever. But my point to Chris is, man, people are never going to stop bashing you. You're dealing with professionals. You're dealing with some real sick people. These people have been doing this many more cases before you, and they're going to do it way after you. These people are sick. They're fucked up. They're not going to stop. You have to stop. You got to log off. If you log off, you will 100%, your mental health will be so much better. You don't have to worry about none of these idiots. You can log back on and hit a panel like you did last night, because last night people were asking questions and they weren't saying it vindictively. They're asking these dumb questions. Are you related to the Wells? How many lives have been about that? There's 10 lives about Don Wells is related to Katie Proudfoot. That's the stupidest thing in the world. But they ask you that real fast. You're like, no, you didn't even know what they were talking about, which is awesome. But you'd have to watch all those lives and hear all that nonsense. You're like, no, is your family rich? How many lives about that? So when you go to a friendly thing or whatever, they're gonna feed you the shenanigans, and you don't have to hear it in a negative aspect or negative way or just so bash-worthy nonsense. These people are sick. Just log off, man, is the best advice I can give you, man. I really hope you take that. And that's what I want to really come on here and say, y'all. It did work. It worked for Don. I'm proud of him too. You grabbed the link last night? It happens. Yeah, well, yeah. This has been going on for a long time. If you go back to my playlist of Summer Wells, I used to call out all the idiots. And guess what? Isn't it amazing that every creator, listen, guys, if you're new here, my OGs, people who've been here on these streets a long time, y'all know how this goes. Justin, the moron, the monkey. Before Sebastian Rogers, guess who was guilty? Guess who he had his conspiracies on? Oh, Don and Wild. Guys, this is easy. Some of these people, they do this professionally. Some of these people don't mean what they say. Some of these people are building channels and making money. Some of these people make the parents, the bad people, the foul play. They ignore what law enforcement says in every case, and they run with a narrative. They run with misinformation, and they are friends. They've been doing this from case to case. They feature each other on their panels. They're guests on their panels. You don't think they grab the phone and talk to each other behind the scenes? Come on, man. Come on, y'all. Y'all are way smarter than this. Y'all are way smarter than this. Y'all are way smarter than this. What's up, Shay B? Shay B has the best clips of BHB on Twitter, y'all. I always post them. I got a couple shorts I've made. They come from Shay B. She has awesome BHB clips. Y'all give her a follow on Twitter. Y'all follow Wifey at Damaged Goods with No Regrets. Right here, just like it's on the screen. That's Wifey. If you don't know, subscribe to her channel. But yeah, man, it's unfortunately, man, it's not going to stop. But that's the best way to beat it is log off. And I don't really know how easy that is. Like, it's one thing for me to try to compare it to some moron making a video of me a long time ago, but that, I guess I can't, man, because they're not talking about my family. They're not saying that I did crimes that I didn't do, especially when the police are saying that the police are not arresting me or accusing me of nothing. But these people, I guess it could be so weird, right? There's thousands of people watching these people and they're just lying on you. That's not easy to ignore. I understand it. But at the same time, you cannot play their game at all, man. At all. You can't play their game, man. Because at the end of the day, you're going to help build that person that you're watching who's talking cash shit about your family. They have no idea what you're going through. By you trying to join, and then you're going to be pissed off. You're going to join, be like, that fucking truck, fucking FBI knows. And that's not what you did last night, but you have in the past. You're helping them, man, and you're helping. And then they're going to be like, you see how aggressive he is? He's such an abuser. Come on, man. You got these people know what they're doing. Dude, don't do it, man. Don't do it. Don't do it, bro. Chris, don't do it. Y'all, please. I don't have his number. Y'all want to do something for me for the holidays? I don't need a donation. I don't need a super chat. You could just make sure that this gets to them. This is the best advice in the world, because I know that it works, because I'm seeing it with another father with a missing child, and he and I've been talking to this man for a long time now. His mental health is way better. Way better. He does not care about YouTube no more. He's forgotten about it, and he'll never come back. He'll never come back. He actually thinks this is the devil. Yeah, the Facebooks, that's what it is. Bama Trucker, that's exactly what it is. Yes, that's so true. They renamed the Facebook group. Yep. And that's exactly what happens, man. I've been saying, we've been doing this for a long time over here. And it's the same recipe, people. We've seen this movie before. The next missing children case. So the biggest Sebastian Rogers group, whatever it is, there's going to be, I thought the Hannah Kobayashi was going to come over to YouTube and be big, but it didn't. There's going to be another kid, unfortunately, and it's the next big thing. And that's also so weird. It's weird how what I could never understand this, and this doesn't have anything to do with YouTube. YouTube makes it worse, though. There's so many missing children, and some kids get promoted in the media way more than others. It's true about, listen, it's true. They don't promote black kids anywhere near they do white kids. It's true, people. You have to, it's true. And Indian kids, they're so screwed. Indian missing people. There's no resources. It's so fucked up. But it's so weird that which ones are chosen to get promoted the most. And then what happens is that popularity comes to YouTube, and exactly what Bama Trucker happens. The Facebook groups change. They already have 40,000 people, 50,000 people in these groups. Now it's this kid's name, and now it's you. And guess what? Something's fishy with the parents on YouTube. Something's fishy. The green hoodie guy. I made a short. Do you guys know? Remember the Idaho 4 case? There was a hoodie guy, remember? A hoodie guy. Remember that one? So sometimes the narrative is even the same. Come on, man. Yeah, you got to be more smart than this. We got to be more smart than this. I can't stand these motherfuckers that do this shit. I really can't. It's the most like dirtball thing that you can do. It is kick somebody when they're down. These people are grieving. They don't know where their kids are at. It's the holidays, man. And that's just wrong. It's not cool. It's not okay. And we got to do better, man. Y'all get this to Chris, man. If I don't see y'all before Christmas, y'all have a good family day. Y'all enjoy it. And y'all be safe out there. This type of shit gets me pissed off, man. I'm getting worked up. Y'all be easy then.